GBTV, great to have you with us for a Monday night, heading out of round 9, halfway point of the season. Craig Freeman with me and the best looking Steve Chalmers I've seen in a long time. Elias Palioyiannis is with us from the Waverley Falcons. Great to have you with us. Congratulations first and foremost, because you coached game number 200 yesterday. Well done, mate.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's happened so quickly. You coach about 13 teams down there. You do everything.
It's record time, I think, doing a couple of teams, yeah.
It is. Well, you've had two, in all seriousness, you've had the men and the women the last before this season, 2 seasons in a row. Do you have both? Certainly a full season in there.
Yep, definitely full on, yep.
And then you've now got the men and the youth men.
Yep.
Mate, you ever at home or?
No, not much.
No, not much. I know what it's like for me, mate, so it must be worse for you. Hey, congratulations also, because Waverley, up and firing at the moment. I think the men, we'll talk more about that tomorrow night, but I think the men are on a 6 or 7 game winning streak? Oh, although Sunday came undone yesterday.
Up until yesterday, we were going pretty good.
Spoke too early. We're going to talk more Youth League with Ilya in a moment. And by the way, this guy here, never ever on this show will say your last name. Just can't say it. Just can't do it. Give it a crack now. He's sitting right here. Ilya. Youth League 2 women, there's the results up on screen from round 9. A couple of close games in there, a couple of blowouts, but gee, I'll tell you what, Western Port and Werribee had a ripper, and Blackburn and Pakenham as well.
Yeah, some huge games and some massive wins. I think I was drawn to Frankston's big win over Southern Peninsula.
Yeah.
Frankston now sitting at 124%, even though their record's only at I think it's 6-4.
Yep.
But they're looking really strong heading forward.
Anything stand out? Anything surprise? Sherbrooke and Mornington are obviously down the low end at the moment, and Sherby got up by 15.
Yeah, Sherbrooke with a strong win there. Rachel Hurd leading the way with 20 points and 7 rebounds. For Mornington, Poppy Griffin with 14 points and 9 boards. It was nice to see them get a win on the board. They're now 1-8. Mornington really is struggle town out there at the moment.
Stewie's girl had 22 and 12 for Whittlesea. Haley Wind, of course, wasn't enough though. Casey got up by 20. I tell you what, the Cavs look very good at the moment.
Yeah, they do. They're rolling 9-0. Percentage of 154.
Yeah,
have they even been touched yet?
No, they're flying. You get out and see many Youth League 2 women's games, Ilya?
Haven't a chance so far.
Haven't got out so far this season. Let's go to Youth League 2 men. There's the results up on screen. Really, really busy round, and I know that Waverley are in Youth League 1 men, but there's some good kids coming through.
Absolutely. There's a few at Pakenham, definitely with the Wiedemann having 35 and 15 on the weekend.
Yeah, he was up and flying. They got up over Western Port by 18. Keesey, massive winners, nearly 50 points over Wallen.
Yeah, Wallen are in struggle town as well. Keesey moved to 6-6 on the season. Cal Morgan leading the way with 22 and 6 there.
Lockie Basic had 27-11 for Mornington. Big winners over Maccabi. Adan Sharmas, who Steve, by the way, not that long ago said he'd been in the top 3 for MVP. He had 14 points in that one. Craigieburn continued to score heavily. Yeah,
got up over Whittlesea, 104-72. The best offensive team maybe ever in Youth League 1. In Youth League 2 men, they get it done every week on that end. Yeah. Jackson win with 31 points and 6 boards.
Had a big game. Frankston over Chelsea. Wallen went down to Whittlesea by 4 in a close one. James Henderson had 19 for the Pacers. Craigieburn and Collingwood, we always thought this was going to be a good game, and it was. It was close, 7 points. Jackson Wynn had a great weekend, 23 in that one. Adim Odiak had 20 and 20. Automatic blue carpet. Same with Athian Maniel, who had 26 and 22. He's a very, very talented young man, isn't he?
I think he might actually be one of the Waverley Old Juniors.
Oh, really? There's a few of them running around. There's no doubt about that. Chelsea and Mornington. So Mornington get 2 wins on the weekend. Lockie Basic, big part of that.
What a star. How good's this start to the season been for him?
He's been very good, and Melton scored big on Latrobe City. Bowl back. Don't tell me he's from Waverley as well.
I don't think so.
He's having a good season.
There are a couple of players out there at Melton that are just absolute superstars tearing up that comp. We saw Broyden Collins that this weekend as well get it done.
Youth League 1 women, just the 4 games from round 9. There's the results up on screen. Geelong by 33. Sunbury by the best part of 30. Camberwell get up by 7. Corio Bay 52-point winners over Eltham. 48-point winners over Eltham. It's not often that you see Youth League women, the triple figures come up, but Corio absolutely flying. I think last week they had 4 or 5 away in Bali.
Yeah.
I think they all came back in. So
very impressive.
Tegan Tatlock, 42 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Listen to Ash Rosenfeld, just the 7 points, don't worry about that. 13 rebounds, 12 assists, and 11 steals.
Don't often see a triple-double like that, do you?
As if she wasn't just launching threes at the end of the game. I'd be absolutely filthy at my teammates for not passing it to me then.
Any chance Eltham could look after the ball? 11 steals. Anything else stand out there? Steve-O, it was in the production meeting. I didn't attend it, but apparently he fought tooth and nail for the Player of the Week in Youth League 1 Women to go to his girl, Angus from the Hangers, Chloe Ango, 14 and 11. Did he miss that Tegan Tatlock had 42?
No, I think he had Chloe Ango's 14 above the 42. We know
Steve-O.
how much of a favourite she is of his.
Seriously? Fair income. Youth League 1 men, there's the results up on screen. Lots of games. We're going to have a fair bit of a talk about this with Ilya, of course, because he does have a fair bit to do with this division. We'll start off with Waverley, who got the win out at Casey on Sunday, yesterday, and then on Saturday night, big winners over Ballarat. I saw a little bit of this game before we played you guys. They got up by 40. Gee, there's some exciting plays in that team.
Yeah, really good depth this year. Really good depth.
Run the
Good young
ball so
kids.
well, don't
Yeah.
they?
Yep.
The old Waverley 7-second offence is well and truly in vogue. They got up over Ballarat by plenty. Golon came off the pine. 20 minutes, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, and 5 steals. Just does everything.
Really, really long point guard. Yeah, super athletic. Good basketball IQ. Good kid. Very good kid.
Cryo Bay got up over Coburg by 6. Jordan O'Leary had 23. Werribee easily over Bendigo. Sunbury got Warrandyte out at Sunbury. Jared Molnar had another 24 points in that game. He's playing some good basketball for Warrandyte. Coburg went down to Geelong. Bendigo and Hume. Hume got the triple digits in a high-scoring game. Werribee over Ballarat by 30-odd, and Camberwell too strong for Warrandyte. Warrandyte held to just 38 points in that one. Tell us a little bit about this competition, because it fluctuates from week to week. There's some inconsistency, but geez, there's some dynamite players running around.
Very good players. I actually missed the Warrandyte game. I see Warrandyte have 3 real heavy scorers. They're quite a tidy team. But I think a lot depends on their senior duties as well, guys. So in and out with this. That's why our team's pretty settled right now, as the most of our guys are just youth guys.
Who's the team to beat right now, halfway through the season, other than yourselves, because you guys are up there flying high?
Yeah. Well, Sunbury hasn't lost yet, so they're probably up there. But I'm pretty confident that we're going to go pretty close.
And some of the best players standing out in the competition at the moment?
Well, there's a few at Sunbury. There's 2 or 3. There's Collins at Sunbury.
Yep.
He's excellent. As I said, I didn't get to see Warrandyte, but I know there's a couple of guys scoring very heavily there. And then, obviously, we got a couple. I think Fredrickson is an excellent point guard, as Malloy is having a great year as well, Nathan Malloy. They're both right around the mark.
And Corio, when they've got their players that aren't called up to the seniors playing in this youth team, I mean, Jordan O'Leary.
Put it on the weekend.
I saw Colin Blythe run around in the seniors a couple of weeks ago. He's
Great
a
player.
very, very good young guard, isn't he?
Very good. It's a good effort by Coburg to push them as far as they did.
Yeah.
Let's go to VYC Women with thanks to Moulton. There's all the results. Pretty busy weekend.
Yeah, always a busy weekend in Youth Champ. We saw Hawthorn get absolutely smashed by Bendigo. Bendigo on the road, a nice strong win there.
Yeah, absolutely. Bulleen got Ballarat by 5. Good to see the Boomers playing well. Alicia Casey, 20 points for the Boomers for Ballarat. Amelia Jarvis had 22. Nunawading get Hume by 20. Hannah Bectus, 12 points, 11 rebounds. Kaylin Ibbotson had 13 in that one. Diamond Valley over Ringwood by 4. Big win. Michaela Peterson, 23 in that game. The board bang up for Ringwood had 17 rebounds to go with 14 points. Bulleen split the weekend, went down on Sunday. Knox scoring big.
Yeah, Knox have continued their strong play, getting a nice win over Bulleen. They showed some good form at the start of that weekend, but couldn't hold it on. We saw Diamond Valley split the weekend as well. I think we said if they could split it, that's probably a really good effort from them. They came up against the 2 toughest teams in the league, besides themselves.
Just on that Knox game as well, Eliana Bravington, 21 points, 19 rebounds. She is in some form at the moment, playing really, really well. Ballarat get Hume by 6. Nunawading, 2 wins on the weekend, both away. Firstly at Hume, then Bendigo.
It's a real strong win over Bendigo, considering what Bendigo did the night before on the road.
Yep, Hannah Bectus good in that game as well. Ringwood bounced back on Sunday. Rachel Watson, 16 points. They cleaned up Melbourne by 12. Waverley, too strong for Warrandyte. It was only a couple of weeks ago, Warrandyte scored a win in this competition against Waverley. I think it was in the last couple of seconds. So they've turned that around, Waverley, and got a win on the road by 15. Well done to Siobhan McAdoo. McAdoo always does, and she did in this game, her 100th game. So well done to Siobhan.
Yeah, well done. One of your favourite players in the league, as we all know.
Yes. Nayaduth Locke had 24 and 11 for Waverley. I want to ask you about Grace Beasley. When she comes down and plays in this team, I know she's playing in the seniors as well. She's been lighting it up in the youth when she comes back to play.
Yeah, no, she's doing a great job. She's had a couple of years of the senior program, so she's getting better and better and heading off to college in August.
Yeah, where's she heading off to? Because she probably won't see out the season, by the way.
Yeah.
Unless I know the finals were a little bit earlier, but she's picked up a scholarship.
Yeah, in Texas Midland, where
Nice.
Brad Kelleher went.
Oh, nice.
At our club, so I think he hooked her up.
Mate, he'd have plenty of
Looked
mates
after
over
her.
there, wouldn't he, Brad Kelleher? Sandringham got Diamond Valley by 16. And
Five straight for Sandy now.
well, they're in a bit of form. I told you last year to get onto this team.
What did you call them? The Orange Soda?
The Orange Army down there. And Altona got Dandenong by 4. Nice little game, because two teams that are going to be there or thereabouts.
Yeah, Dandenong. Really, Dandenong there or thereabouts. They're 3 and 9 on the season.
Well, don't write them off just yet. I'm just
I'll
pumping
write
up their
off
ties.
the team at 3 and 9.
Dana Lindemann had 16 and 12. I might be thinking of the men, I think. But anyway, Moulton VYC men. Let's have a look at the results. There they are up on the screen. And once again, McKinnon go down in a close one. Sherby got him by 3. Josh Dow returning. He's a star. Is he done now with college, Josh Dow? It's got to be close.
Yeah,
It's got to be very, very close.
His older brother played for Waverley. I think,
Yes,
Michael.
yes,
Yeah,
he did.
good player.
Josh, 22 points in that game. Ellie Bear had 20 and 8. Jordan Gear, 24 for McKinnon. But the Cougars lose another close one.
Yeah.
Eltham over Knox. Mark Scherf with 31 in that game. I love what Greg Jeffers is doing with these young Eltham players. They've got some really, really talented young men coming through, haven't they?
Yeah, I've seen Scherf on the senior list a couple of times
Yeah, he
as
has.
well.
Yeah, he has. Yep.
He had a great weekend too in their second game as well. We'll touch on later.
Yep. Melbourne over Hawthorn on the road. Dan Kinkella.
Ex-Waverley Junior.
Ex-Waverley Junior, 16 points. Xavier Evans had 20 in that one. Hawthorn split the weekend. They bounced back on Sunday against McKinnon. Nick Laycock playing down from the seniors had 23 in that one. Joe Furphy. If that's not the best name going around, Joey Furphy. Froth and Bubbles, he had 21 and 9 in that game. Good to see. Nunna Wadding, Eltham got them on Sunday, so huge weekend for Eltham. Mark Scherf, 19 in that one as well.
Yeah, we said that, look, already one of the best teams in the competition. They added Ovim Magbagor. They're well coached, they're well drilled, and they're going to be there at the business end of the season.
Yeah, they are, no doubt. Keilor got Blackburn by 8. BJ Simons 19 and 13. I did say he's going to run into a bit of form soon.
So he's been in great form whenever he's played with them. There's been a couple of games where he's been required by the seniors and hasn't been able to suit up for them. It's such a different team.
For anyone who's been asking where the hell is Heathy, well, Jake Heath was back for Blackburn, returning from a stint in the States. He had 18 points in that one. Melbourne big winners over Ringwood. Dan Kinkella, he's having a ripping season. Dan Kinkella, 15 in that one. He's been one of the best players in the competition. Sandringham over DV. Den Barlow had 17 for DV, Cam Taylor 19 for Sandringham, and Dandenong too strong for Altona.
Yeah, you touched on Blackburn with Jake Heath returning, absolute superstar as we know. Josh Bannon had a big one there as well, 27 and 6. He's missed some time with some Auscamp stuff and playing for Victoria, but he should be back in the fold for a little bit now, and with Jake Heath returning, watch out for Blackburn to make a run.
What does it do for some of these teams, Elia, with these players returning from college halfway through the season? How do you manage it?
It's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you're in a bit of a groove before they
settled,
get there. But obviously they're going to be super talented guys, so it is a tough one.
Do most coaches and players talk about, or do they know, especially the players, that hey, halfway through the season we've got these guys coming back in, things will change up a bit? You've got to have that conversation, don't you?
You'd like to think it's communicated.
Yeah, you'd have to think so. Hey, listen, 200 yesterday. Is Ilya with us tomorrow night on the show?
I think so.
Oh, fantastic.
If he sticks around.
Well, fantastic. That's right. The party pies and softies after the show each night go down a treat. Hey, well done on 200 yesterday.
He'll be at 400 by 4 weeks time.
Well, I said last week he'll join me in the 350 club by the end of the season. I reckon he coaches that many teams. How long can you keep doing it for, mate? Seriously, it's a big effort to go to a season.
I'd hope it'd only be one more season maximum.
I think you might have said that last season. So there you go. Hey, thanks for joining us. You're going to be back tomorrow night. To everybody out there, have a good night. 5:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Big VTV's back, and we're looking at all the senior divisions halfway through the season. Believe it or not, we'll see you then.